What's up, OMI homies? It's the boy Mike Jack coming back with the latest Ecomi news and updates. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that notification bell, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you've been here before, you already know your family to me. Looks like we got CAVELL posting up that Apple is in a huge lawsuit with Epic. So I guess this is going to affect us by giving us opportunity to have more payment options. I don't fully understand it, so I'm going to let CAVELL basically just lay it down for you guys. And if you don't know who CAVELL is,
if you know, you know.
For everybody. But I mean, one of the biggest reasons that VEVE has the whole desktop, well, not, I don't know if it's one of the biggest, but a big reason that they have the whole desktop app that they're working on and stuff like that is to have other ways of payment, other payment methods and stuff like that, because there's so much restriction when it comes to the app stores. But now Apple must allow other forms of in-app purchases. So this, like I said, this changes things. This changes things. Their fees, they have to become a little bit more competitive now, because they have to have other forms of in-app purchases, which means that the fees have to change. So they have to be able to compete with other forms of purchases now. So they can't just have fees that's like 30% like they currently have, because obviously if your fee is 30% and this other method, they only got what, a 5% fee, like which one is the people are going to choose? Like, obviously you're going to choose the one with a 5% fee over the 30% fee. So now Apple's fees makes it so Apple has to be competitive, and they have to have fees that are competitive. So this is going to just be interesting overall. But let's get into the story. Let's get into what happened. Then we're going to look at some of the opinions of the community, because this is big. This is big one way or another. So be sure to drop that thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on notifications so you stay updated with everything going on. And yeah, let's get into it, man. So Judge Yvonne Gonzalez Rogers issued a permanent injunction in the Epic versus Apple case on Friday morning, putting new restrictions on Apple's App Store rules and bringing months of bitter legal jousting to a conclusion. Under the new order, Apple is permanently restrained and enjoined from prohibiting developers from including in their apps and their metadata buttons, external links, or other calls to action that directs customers to purchasing mechanisms. In addition to in-app purchasing and communicating with customers through points of contact obtained voluntarily from customers through account registration within the apps. So, long story short, they can't prohibit other ways of payments. Like obviously on the phone, a lot of apps you can only pay using Apple Pay and stuff like that. Now you're going to be able to include other payment methods, some that has lower fees and stuff like that. So this is going to be big. It opens up a lot of opportunity for a lot of different apps, but VEVE in particular. Now we could essentially see some better payment methods that's cheaper. And honestly, I think that this injunction is going to make it so Apple actually lowers their fees. They have to lower their fees to compete, like I said at the beginning. So yeah, it's interesting. Next, in short, iOS apps must be allowed to direct users to payment options beyond those offered by Apple. The injunction is scheduled to take effect in 90 days on December 9th, unless it is enjoined by a higher court. So in a separate judgment, the court affirmed that Epic Games was in breach of its contract with Apple when it implemented the alternative payment system in the Fortnite app. As a result, Epic must pay Apple 30% of all revenue collected through the system since it was implemented, a sum of more than $3.5 million. So, I mean, this is fair. This seems fair to me, because obviously this was the rules. This is what Fortnite agreed to, what Epic Games agreed to, and then they went back on their agreement. So just because things have changed now does not mean that at that time you agreed upon something, and before the rules was changed or whatever, I mean you just did what you wanted to do. So I mean, to be fair, whether it was right or wrong, I mean it's turning out this is something that's going to be helpful for a lot of different apps moving forward in the future. So I mean, they made a good call, especially with the amount of money Fortnite is making. They said this is a sum of $3.5 million, so that's nothing. I don't even think that's a day's income for them. But yeah, so In the full ruling, Judge Gonzalez-Rogers explained her thinking on the issue in greater detail. Notably, the judge rejected both parties' definition of the marketplace at issue in the case. The relevant market here is digital mobile gaming transactions, not gaming generally, and not Apple's own internal operating systems related to the App Store, Gonzalez-Rogers wrote. Under that market definition, the court cannot ultimately conclude that Apple is a monopolist under either federal or state antitrust laws. She continued, nonetheless, the trial did show that Apple is engaging in anti-competitive conduct under California's competition laws. So basically, some things that's happened is people have found out that Apple was doing things like not allowing certain apps to hit their app store, or like, because you have to get approved. Everything has to get approved. It has to go through Apple. So if Apple was building a product and then a competitor was trying to get theirs onto the App Store, like Apple would put it to the back of the line, maybe decline it. Like they would move at snail speed for certain things because obviously it didn't benefit Apple. So yeah, I mean that's just how Apple was moving. But this is what this all has been addressing. All of the stuff, the shadiness that's been going on behind the scenes. So reached for comment. Apple cast the ruling as a victory for the App Store model. Today, the court has affirmed what we've known all along. The App Store is not in violation of antitrust law, a representative said. Apple faces rigorous competition in every segment in which we do business, and we believe customers and developers choose us because our products and services are the best in the world. We remain committed to ensuring the App Store is a safe and trusted marketplace. They also said the ruling is likely to have a significant impact outside of Apple. Google is already facing a similar lawsuit from Epic Games over its own efforts to maintain Google Play Store as the central source of software on Android, drawing on elaborate deals with phone manufacturers. So yeah, as you can see, things are looking like it's looking kind of shaky still as far as the battle that they're fighting. But as far as us, like the part that impacts us in VEVE, it's looking great actually. And this freaking document, like this is huge. This is 185 pages. Like I don't know how people do it. I couldn't be a lawyer, man. Like there's too much to go through. If I'm your lawyer and I got to read 185 pages and know what the heck is going on all of them, listen, you're not getting off, buddy. But yeah, so here we have it. This is the injunction. This is the injunction that was filed. You can read that yourself. But let's look at some of the comments that comes from the community. So Dark said, Gem App Store fees are getting wrecked by the courts. Foster, this is what he tagged me at, and wanted us to talk about this a little bit. And then Dark also said NFTs just got up to 30% cheaper to buy. So that's true because we don't know. All we know is that Apple has to become competitive now. How much are they going to drop this fee? Now, obviously, it's not going to be 30%. I'm pretty sure 30% is the max that they charge. So they're not going to completely cut out fees. Excuse me. They won't completely cut out fees, but they will obviously make it as low as some of the other fees. So I don't know what's the standard fee for other payment methods. So we'll have to look into that because it's something to consider now. It will be interesting to see how this works. This is from Foster. He said it will be interesting to see how this works into their cost model. My hope is that they keep the prices the same and use the extra funds for buybacks and token burning mechanisms. If nothing less, it will increase primary sale burn by 3% as it will be 10% and not 7%. So that's huge. That would be big if they went this route, or it could just be cheaper prices. So, I mean, I don't know which route they're gonna go. Honestly, I'm not mad with the pricing. So if they wanted to do this, I would honestly prefer this, to be fair. So yeah, I think this is a great idea right here. Dark says, most importantly, how will Apple respond to this order? Besides the letter and spirit of the citation, will they drop App Store fees for devs to something like 20% of the first 10K, then 10% up to 100K? Then 5% after, or in line items straight across the board? So as you can see, there's so many different ways they can go about this. I'm not sure what way they're going to choose. We're just going to have to see. We're going to have to see what happens. But either way, this is going to be good for VEVE. We have something to look forward to because now people are not going to be limited to just getting good prices on the web version, or having to have the web version, because majority of people, like, we spend more time on our phones than we do on desktop computers. So yeah, I mean, this is good. This is a win for everybody, in my opinion. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn notifications so you stay updated. And yeah, I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out, Joe.